bubble. Go. Metro FM, your coolest urban radio station. It's where you want to be.
People of Earth, I have an important announcement to make. Listen to me. One that you've been waiting for a long time.
Andile, get away now. Andile, ole para mfana. Andile, arang hadim ole para.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight? I'd like to welcome to the stage
King Andile, Mama.
to everybody in the house. Give a warm round of applause for
King Andile, Mama.
And he captures the moment.
King Andile, Mama.
Man, it is extraordinary.
One of our very own, a friend to the room, a man that we have such respect for, Clinton Lawson, has qualified Magesi to the DSTV Premiership. Congratulations!
Thank you so much, Andile.
Coach, I wonder, has the bubbles have they settled yet?
I've had lots of coffee.
The weekend that was, and what a weekend it was at the Sports Awards.
Chincha di Brelli 10 times.
Bona, chippy.
Andile ulifara boss. Hey, ayikiwa team yakho bra. Ayikiwa.
On the line now to have a conversation with us, a man that we've been trying to track down for so long, but he seems to be almost impossible. Bradley Grobler of SuperSport United. Listen, Bradley, I'm shocked and alarmed when a player of your caliber comes onto this show for the very first time. What's going on, Brad? Are we fighting?
No, not at all. Not at all.
We had a guy, Opta Jabu, look up some really cool stats, and I don't know if you know this.
Let me stop you there. Their stuff is incredible. I mean, I really enjoy it.
Rodney Ramagalela. Rodney, it's been a while since we spoke, man. Are you still strong? You're one of the strongest guys I've ever met in my life. When Rodney gives you a handshake, you need a cast. You know, it's ice cream. So go find ice cream also. Cape Town Spurs coach Ernst Middendorp now joins us on the line. Coach Rurani speaks very highly of you, by the way. You guys have a good relationship?
We kept it under the carpet over a number of years, but I have a good relationship with a number of other coaches. I'm close to Klopp, I'm close to Pep Guardiola, I know Eric Ten Hag, but I'm not talking in public about it. This is for me behind closed doors.
Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM. Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Game over.
It's 8, about to go 9 after the hour 6 on the Mighty Metro FM. Tebow Touch, Loot Love and the gang. They do it again tomorrow between 3 and 6. Welcome to it. This is Sports Not Amplified with Andile. I am Andile Ngube. If you're watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as on Instagram Live, Welcome to it. It's going to be a great one. Ronwen Williams is going to be joining us in a couple of minutes. We'll be speaking to him about all things Mamelodi Sundowns and the year he's had, really. And then Thabo Moloisane, Stellenbosch defender, who's also had a great season with Stellenbosch, will come on and we'll speak about his call-up to Bafana, the preliminary squad, Hugo Bruce's squad, coming out earlier on today. And he's got players that many of us didn't think we'd see on that list again, including, Burnley's very own Lyle Foster has made it onto that squad. What are your feelings about that? Are we a vindictive nation that's like, no, he didn't come when we needed him? Or very much like me, you're like, hey, if he's ready to come on and he wants to come on, let the boy play. Where's your mind in and around Lyle Foster? I'll read the squad to you in a bit as well. It's 10 after the hour 6. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Ronwen Williams joins us.
Join us as we honor the diverse cultures and talents of Africa this month. On Metro FM. Touchdown! It's a touchdown.
Keleboga and Ursula Pule from Nungu Diamonds are here.
Are you guys looking for investors and partners?
You ask that question, bro. We are investor ready now.
Yes.
One of the things that we were talking about just yesterday was that 50 years from now, what I want to do is sell equity in the business.
Yeah.
And investment is something that's always attractive. Depends on who we're talking to. We want to make sure that the money is good and the money is clean.
Now, once the money hits the account, it's clean. Once that SMS comes up, ding, ding, what is this going to happen?
Touchdown! It's the touchdown with Timo Touch. The new love, Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. on Metro FM.
11 after the hour 6 on the Mighty Metro FM. Welcome to it. Mamelodi Sundowns shot stopper with the most amazing numbers yet to be seen anywhere else in the PSL. Ronwen Williams now joins us. Ronnie?
How's it going?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, thanks.
You traveled this morning, yeah? When did you travel back?
No, I didn't. I wasn't in the team.
Also, you didn't travel with them either?
No.
Do you enjoy those breaks? Do you enjoy when the coach does that rotation thing and you don't even make it to the stadium? You get to sit at home. Do you like that?
Not really. I'm not a fan of it, but it was much needed.
Because I can imagine in your head, the more you play, the better it is. There's also goals and numbers of your own that you're chasing.
Yeah, definitely. There's lots that that I want to achieve on a personal level, but the team is more important. And at this moment, the technical team obviously feel that I need a break, and then rightfully so. Even I felt it. The last few weeks, a lot of niggles, aches, and pains, and I mean, it's the perfect time now to just recharge so that I can finish on even a better way possible.
How does that conversation happen, Ronnie? Is it the day before the guys travel, the ones that aren't traveling get told? How does that communication happen?
Yeah, it's everyone has a different relationship with the coach and the technical team. So he just called me and said, I'm leaving you behind. Obviously you need to rest and recharge and just be ready for the big one that's coming and to finish, obviously, the season on a positive note.
And you can't say, no, coach, I want to play.
No. I spoke to Coach Wendell a few weeks back and I said, it's a perfect opportunity to give others a chance to play as well because we all work so hard. I mean, all 5 goalkeepers of us. And sometimes I feel bad, that I'm playing week in, week out and the amount of games that we're playing. But the coach also said, we've got a lot of things to achieve, and it's difficult just to rotate, especially for goalkeeper. It's a specialized position. So now is the perfect time to give the others a chance because we all deserve to play. So I'm just glad that all 4, has played this season. Riyadh has minutes, Jody, as well as Dennis. So I'm just happy.
Are you the kind of guy that chases numbers, records? Because, you would have seen when they say, hey, he's kept another clean sheet. It's 14 clean sheets now. He's only conceded 6 goals, in the 19 games he's played. If he gets one more here, if he gets one more there. Do you chase those numbers or are you aware of them at all?
I'm aware of them because they make me aware each and every day at the club, our analysts, the coach as well. And for me, it's more important look back at it at the end of the season, what I've achieved and compare it to last season and the goals I had at the beginning of the season. So during the season, I always tell the coach, he'd always ask me, how many more till you break the record? And I'm like, Coach, I don't know. I don't keep track. My aim is the next game. But that's the competitive nature that he's, instilled into us now. And I've taken note of all the records and the history that we're achieving, at the club. So, and they make mention of it each and every day, because every week, there's someone or the team, breaking records or doing something amazing.
Where do you pinpoint it, Ronwen? Because yes, Ronwen Williams is a great goalkeeper, and we've seen it. He's the last couple of years, you've grown into this amazing goalkeeper. You look at the 14 clean sheets, only 6 goals conceded for you this season. Is it Ronwen that's really been great? Is it a back four that you play with, or is it an understanding in that whole defensive unit? Where do you pinpoint it to? Why are Sundowns so great defensively?
The technical team, as well as the players. Each and every player, I think 34 players, if I'm not mistaken, because we work so hard in our counter press. Once we lose the ball, we're like mad dogs, chasing after the ball. We don't want the ball in and around our box. We throw our body on the line. You'll see Mbala with bandages week in, week out, so they should get the credit. Even the coaches, the analysts, they analyze teams to the T, that we know what they're going to do. We know how they're going to do it. And, that's key at Sundowns. We can sit in meetings for hours and hours, but it pays off because we know each and every detail going into the game. So, yes, sometimes I, play my part. And, when I don't have much to do, when I'm not called into action, that's when I try and keep the players in the game by my communication. So what I've noticed the last few years, my communication has been better. It's not a lot of screaming anymore. It's more coaching and helping and giving small details to help us keep those clean sheets.
I look at your guys' bench, even when I'm at the stadium and I see the guys that are sitting in the stands, and there's a good synergy going on. It doesn't seem as if there's people that are not happy that they're not playing. You do have a rather big squad. Not the biggest, but it is a large squad by all accounts. Is it, from a player's point of view, to keep all of you guys happy? A Sereno who's not playing as much happy, who was one of your star players. You've got a Mendieta who's coming from Stellenbosch, where he was playing every game. He was a star man, hardly getting any game time or coming off the bench. Does that make for a happy camp?
Obviously, when you sign, you obviously have you're in contact with the coach, and he outlines obviously why he wants you and what he feels you can bring to the board. But he'll always mention, that when you come here, you need to compete, you need to fight. You're coming into a very, very good team. And that's exactly what they told me before I signed. You're coming to compete with Dennis Onyango and Kennedy Mwini, Riyad Peters. It's not going to be easy. But we see your qualities. And if you can show your qualities and grow and take, obviously, the coaching side of it, and you can improve and be number one. So it's very difficult to cement the spot, especially at Sundowns, because we've got so many good players. But, we've got a very good thing going. The coach tries to keep everyone happy, as difficult as it is. I don't think there's any player in our change room who hasn't played this year. So he's tried to rotate, he's tried to give guys a chance to play. I'm sure some players are not happy with the minutes they're getting, but it's very difficult, and he's very straightforward as well, and rightfully so. He says, if you're a goalkeeper and you keep a clean sheet, why do I need to change? If you're a striker and you're scoring with a name, at the end of the day, it's about results as well. So that's why you can see Tasharik Matthews is playing, Peter Shalulile is playing, because they're scoring. And that's what you need,
There's so much to talk about as far as the team is concerned and what they went on, you guys as a unit, what you went on to win, what you're doing, the goals you're trying to achieve. the one big thing that's never been done that hovers above you guys now is the conversation of invincibility. Can you go the entire season without losing a game? 2019, I think it was the closest you got to it. You lost that one game against Chiefs. Is it possible this season? When did you guys start talking about this invincibility?
It is possible. I mean, we've been unbeaten now, I think 52 or 53 games since last season. So it is possible. But it's so difficult as well, because the coach mentioned this season, when you rotated the team last year, that's when we dropped points. So he challenged the guys each and every play. He said, when I rotate, I need similar performances. I need everyone to step up and show their worth. And, kudos to everyone, all the players this season. There wasn't a game that when he rotated, he wasn't happy. You saw yesterday as well. There was no Mshishi, no Tebza, no Ronan, no Lucas, but the guys went there, magnificent attitude to go and get the result away, at Royal AM. So, yeah, it is difficult, but it's possible. And we want to do it. We've got 3 games now to show. And we don't put too much pressure on ourselves. We just need to do what we've been doing throughout the season, analyze the teams, prepare well, prepare accordingly like we always have. We don't do lots of training sessions anymore, so we spend more time in the meeting room. So, and that has helped us the last few weeks.
And that's because of the frequency of games?
Yes, because, and the traveling, the many games, and there's no time as well. I mean, if you look at April, I think in April, I don't even know how many games we played, and we were all over Africa, traveling to Tunis, to Tanzania, then the next day you must be in Cape Town. So it's been very tough. It's been challenging, but the guys, showed their worth and showed the character that we're building in this club.
I should have started with congratulations, but we went straight into conversations. But congratulations on, winning the inaugural COSAFA Men's Keeper of the Year.
Oh, thanks so much. Appreciate it, man. It's a big honor. It's a privilege. When I just saw the previous winners, a lot of legends, keepers that I've looked up to and admired. So I'm just glad that my good work and all my sacrifices over the years are paying off.
PSL Awards in June. There's talks of Ronan Williams here doing something that only Itumeleng Khune has done, being the goalkeeper that wins it all. There's also quarters that don't believe that goalkeepers should even be mentioned in such categories. What are your thoughts about the PSL Awards coming into them? You've been an amazing player this season. You've been outstanding. In fact, your name deserves to be mentioned with the rest, if not as the best. But there are quarters that don't believe that goalkeepers should be winning awards like that.
I don't understand when people say that, because we're part and parcel of the team, I have never, ever, ever seen a game without a goalkeeper. But I've seen a game without striker, midfield, defender. So goalkeepers are probably more important. They're as important as the ref. I haven't seen a game without officials as well. So if a goalkeeper gets sent off and we don't have subs, we're not going to play the game. Someone will go in goal. So maybe we need to start taking goalkeepers serious and, shine the light on them, because, yes, it's a specialized position, but we're still part and parcel of the team dynamics, and things have changed the way goalkeepers are seen or they need to play in the last 2 years. We're starting attacks, the build-ups, everything is going through the goalkeepers now. So it's just for us as goalkeepers to continue pushing our position and show people how important we are as well. It's easy just to blame when you concede. That's the easy thing to do, but people need to celebrate us when we're doing well. And I always, celebrate the other keepers. You'll never ever find me laughing or celebrating a goalkeeper's mistake, because I know, how sensitive our position is.
Ronan Williams, Sundowns goalkeeper, now joining us, a man who's won awards galore. You've had an absolutely great year from the AFCON back into the league as well. You've had an amazing year. But coming out of AFCON, and I was there in Cote d'Ivoire, getting a lot of calls from international guys that are there, asking a lot of questions about a lot of the members of our team, even with you. Has anything come out of the performances that you pulled at AFCON, those saves that were spoken about the whole world? Has anything come out as far as interest is concerned from outside of South Africa?
Nothing that caught my attention or came onto my radar. I did not hear anything from my management. I didn't hear anything from the club. I just see things, or sometimes in the media that Ronan is leaving or Ronan is distracting this or that, but nothing, was made mention to me. So the only one was Mamelodi Sundowns, who obviously they're happy to have me here, and I'm obviously so happy to stay, because we've got big plans ahead of us. We can, obviously the Champions League, it's still one that we're chasing, and next year the Club World Cup, so we are competing at the highest level, and like I said, I'm happy at Sundowns.
You signed the extension with them, meaning that you're happy to be there. I completely agree, but the boyhood dream in you, the dreamer in you, the person who wants to achieve more, if an opportunity did come to go to a European league, this is something you would entertain? This is something that you'd bring to the table?
Definitely, 100%. And the coach always tells me, every other week the coach is saying, Ronan, your ability and the way you are playing deserves the highest level. You deserve to be playing in England. You deserve to be playing for Brighton because of the build-ups and the way they play. You should be showing, the world your abilities. But, it's one thing to have a dream, but then there's reality as well, And like I said, I haven't received anything. If I did, I would have obviously, approached the club respectfully and discuss it. Because the coach also said, he wants his players to go. That's why they allowed Cassius to go last year when there was and he wants us to be out there, playing in the big leagues, because that's what he wants for himself as well, and he wants us to stop dreaming or stop thinking low of our abilities. He wants us to dream bigger.
I want to pick your brain a little bit here, and maybe a little bit of a tease as well. Champions League, we're playing Simba. Aziz gets that cross, smashes it through Ronwen Williams. It hits the crossbar, lands and goes back out. In that moment, you obviously don't see what happened, right? Because it was behind you.
Yes.
You just see the reaction around you.
Yeah, I just saw that my players continued playing, that they went for the ball. And I even got up and I wanted Divine to hit the ball to me because it looked normal to me. It looked like everyone is playing on. So I just wanted to make sure there's no second opportunity for them. So when I watched the replays after and the noise.
When you did watch the replay, Rodman, now there you are. You get the replay, you've got the slow motion, you've got everything, right?
Yes.
What did you think?
I don't think the full ball crossed the line, in my honest opinion. There's a lot of different angles and footage. So from the one that we saw in the end, because obviously we analyze our games as well. And for us, it didn't look like it crossed the whole ball across the line.
I can't wait. It's one of those things that are going to be spoken of for a very long time, Ronnie. I can tell you that now. When you're an old man somewhere, somebody's going to stop you and say, hey, man, do you remember this? What do you think? It's a conversation that's going to be...
The last thing is to ask me, because I dived. I actually touched the ball. Not many people know that it's actually a
save.
Yes, I touched the ball. I had a small touch, and obviously my body was...
I didn't know that. And I've looked at it so many times. I've never thought that. So you actually did touch it?
Yes, I saved it, yes.
So that's a save.
The only footage that would probably pick that up would be from behind, and I'm not sure if there was footage from behind.
Not that I've seen.
Yeah, so I obviously touched the ball, it's a save, and obviously after that I just see the ball bouncing out again. So they can't discuss that with me because I didn't see anything.
You speak very fondly of Rulani. He's a young coach, unlike every coach you've ever worked with, like Gavin Hunt, who's a little bit older, all the coaches that you've worked with. He's a young coach, and I don't think he gives, and you can correct me here, I don't think Rulani gives the father vibes. With most people will say a coach is like a father. Hugo Bruce can be a little bit more of that, in a way, he's a father figure. The relationship with Rulani, I can imagine, is a little different when a coach is that young and that hip as well.
Yes, but he knows how important his role is and how important he is to us. And he tries by all means to be that. Like today we had such a deep conversation as well about mental health. So he does have, that father figure dynamics, so he's way more than just a coach. He's been around the game for such a long time. He was born into the game with his grandfather and his father. So, he just loves the game. And I think he's growing into his role, as you can see how important he is for players, and he needs to be more than a coach. Like you said, sometimes he needs to be a friend. Sometimes, he fights us, and sometimes he needs to be a father figure and, see things in a different perspective. And I think he's been amazing, since I've joined. He's growing each and every day, and he's not scared to take the big and tough decisions. I mean, to leave players out of the team when they're doing well, it's not easy to do that, and he's done that. The big decisions, he showed that he's growing into the role that he's occupying now. So it's amazing, and I enjoy working with him. I love each and every day, each and every minute you are learning something. So like I said today, we had a very deep discussion on mental health and how important it is. So he said, he's rested me for that as well. Just to take the mind off the game, relax, spend time with your family, and, just re-energize yourself.
What makes Rulani different? I mean, what's his one skill or one strength that, trumpets him above everyone else? And he is, because we've seen what he's done. The work speaks for itself. Is it the tactics? Is it, the research, going into the research? Is that what makes him different? Because he's a special one. He really is. But what is it? If you were to pinpoint it, if somebody says, write a CV here of Rulani and tell me why it is that he should coach Man United, what's his strength?
He's a workaholic. I think we've got 24 hours. I think he works 20 hours a day. I don't think the guy sleeps. He's always doing research on how he can better individuals, how he can better the team. And it's not only a Man City that he's watching. He's watching football from Brazil, from America, and he picks up trends, and he's so brave as well, to play the way that we are playing with, sometimes with 2 center backs, and we attack with 8. It's not easy, and he's so brave to do that. And when he has an idea, he's not scared to share it and try it out, even in big games. And I think his main quality is to accept when he's wrong. It's not only his way and that's the right way. There's so many times we'll have discussions. During the game, I'll go up to him and be like, Coach, this build-up is not working. They're pressing us like this. He says, go on, play what you see. Change it. Tell the players, change it, and we do it. And that, I love so much. The freedom it gives the players to change things when, things is not going the way as planned.
We're speaking to Rodman Williams, Mamelodi Sundowns goalkeeper, who's joined us here on Sports Are Amplified with Andile about all things Mamelodi Sundowns and Rodman Williams for the season. A great season it's been. Invincibles are still on the track. Anything can still happen as far as that is concerned. But also, there's the big one. Orlando Pirates in the final, 1st of June, Bombela, Ronnie.
Excited. I think it's the perfect game to close out the season. It's probably been the 2 form teams in the past 2 years. Obviously, we the teams who's won most of the silverware in the last 2 years as well. And there's been lots of debate who's the better team. So it's going to be. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. But there's 3 more games before that. and we've got history to write. And then we'll focus and plan accordingly for the final.
And after that, even more important games, as far as national team is concerned anyway. Bafana, the preliminary squad came out today. Obviously, your name, we know how Hugo feels about you. It's in there. A lot of young stars, the likes of Mofokeng, have been a part of it. You've seen the list of the biggest squad?
Yes, I have. Exciting. And, all the youngsters that are coming in fully deserved. Moremi has been amazing. Banjoa at Amazulu, so even Mofokeng, he's been an amazing talent, amazing, a player this year for Pirates. So I'm excited, and there's a lot of stability in our team as well. A lot of familiar faces, and that's important. That's key. That's what he tried to find and build over the last 3 years, is to get that team, the right team for him that's gonna, be a success. And I think he's found his team. And it's just to add one or two, obviously the exceptional talent that's out now, so they must just come and, show their worth, and, we'll protect them and take care of them in camp.
Ronnie, it's always a pleasure, man, having you on. It's always a pleasure hearing from you and listening to the maturity of you having grown over the years here and leading South Africa, leading the Brazilians. It's been brilliant to watch, and I wish you the very best of luck. I wish you your dreams as well. But I know you're going to be doing something with the 30 Foundation. What are you doing?
Yes, I recently just launched the Run on 30 Foundation, and that is it's something that I've always wanted to do, is to uplift the youth in the country, through obviously through sports, and I'm excited. We've got a big Youth Day event coming up in Port Elizabeth, so I'm going back home to where it all started for me, and hopefully I can inspire and unearth, the next talent to come through. I just want to be a positive role model, in my community, and eventually, through the whole of South Africa, so I'll start, now in PE and see how it goes, and, hopefully it can be a success, and hopefully a few of the boys and girls can reach their dream of making it, out of, the gang ridden community that we in.
They're going to kill me if I didn't ask you this, and I'm glad that you're still on. When you guys did your analysis after dropping out of the Champions League, when you looked at it and you guys sat in caucus, and you know how in-depth Sundowns is with these things, where did you say, or where did the team and the technical team say, this is where we lost it?
Opportunities created. I think away it was 6-3. They took one chance. Opportunities created at home. The second leg, we had 27, and I think they had 3 again. And they took that one chance. So we created almost over 33 chances, where they created, I think, 9 all in all. And they managed to score the 2 goals. And coach, he just said, we need to be more ruthless as a team, We can't be creating so many chances and not taking any of them.
Because there's beautiful football that you guys play, but I wonder if sometimes the coach does give you leniency to say, guys, just go for it. It doesn't need to be beautiful. It doesn't need to look spectacular. I think it was against Amazulu when Mendieta scored that the header from across. And that's not the kind of football that we're expecting. I think I was sitting with Slumpo, who said, hey, I didn't expect that. I expected it to be played a little bit more into spaces and worked its way into the box. Do things like that come up at all, to say it doesn't always need to be beautiful?
That's never, the talk of beautiful. We don't want just beautiful goals. We work so hard. Even if we put one ball behind the defense, from me all the way through, we will celebrate that goal, like it's a worldie, because it's something that we work on. But the second leg, if you can see the amount of balls we put into the box and the chances we created, it's crazy. And like I mentioned, I think we created 27 chances. and I think only 11 was on target, from us. So it's, it comes down again to being ruthless, taking your chances. You can't have a team who has who has, 6 chances over 2 legs, and yet they're the winners. So we, like I said, the coach is so amazing, and his willingness to change. And if you can see the amount of crosses we put, even against a side who's so physically bigger than us, we put so many crosses into the box, and Peter had so many chances, opportunity to score as well as Lucas, to score those chances. We just didn't, take it, and obviously their keeper was magnificent as well on the day. So, yeah, the chances were there. It's not like we didn't create the chances. It's not like the problem is the beautiful football. It's just we were not ruthless enough, and we just didn't kill them.
I traveled to Japan, Osaka, some years back to watch Percy Tau score South Africa's very first goal at Club World Cup. It was a cold night, Ron, when I was sitting behind the goals when he smashed it in, and a beautiful goal that Percy scored. You guys are going back there again. You are going to pitch yourself against the people that, because that's the level that Rulani sees you guys. That's the level that he wants you guys to play. I can imagine that for you it's the classic coming home, isn't it? It's the big ballet.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's what we dream about, like I've said, before, in my career, I was always dreaming about winning the league, winning Nedbank, but now my dreams are bigger. I'm dreaming of winning Champions League. I'm dreaming of winning AFCON. I'm dreaming of being part of Club World Cup now. So my dreams have changed, and my goals and ambitions have changed now. And last year, Coach Rulani told us we are going to go to the Club World Cup. And we couldn't believe it. We couldn't see it, because we know how difficult it is to win the Champions League. And he kept making emphasis that we are going there, and that is his ambition for the club. And his dreams and ambitions has, rubbed off on us, because we've been amazing again this season. The amount of points we collected, and obviously we qualified with points. So we're excited, we're happy. We would have loved to have gone, by adding the star, by winning the Champions League. But then again, you can't have it all. We're happy. We appreciate the fact that we're going, and it's now to plan accordingly.
Ronan, let me let you go. Thank you so much for coming on, brother. It's always a great hearing from you. See you soon.
Thanks so much, Andile. Skipper.
He's out of here, the captain. Skipper, Ronan Williams. When we come back, Thabo Moleisane of Stellenbosch joins us.
The biggest commercial radio station in South Africa. We are going nowhere. We are here to stay. Let's go. We are here with you now and forever. Check it out. Oh, man. Metro FM. It's where you want to be. Podcast Friday on Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM.
Nadim, ujabupule wethu wena.
No.
Ujabu wayi wena.
Jabupule he wasn't.
No. Yabona. Yeah. This is why.
Try another one. Not Jabu.
No, ujabu.
Jabupule, I'm a problem. When I walk train, Jabupule, I'm a problem. When I walk train.
Let's quickly go to Mike.
Today I have to agree with our Jabupule.
No. Nadim, not Jabupule.
Carry on, Mike.
Roland must now get defenders that can also score, because now in the modern game you need defenders that can score.
Podcast Friday. Wow. God, I'm asking myself, if you're not listening to Metro FM at this time on a Friday, what are you doing? Wow. It's interesting back.
6 to 7 p.m. 6 to 7 p.m.
Everybody knows.
With over 3 decades in the game. Now listen. It's now a different playing field. What it is. Don't touch that dial. Metro FM. It's where you want to be.
1843. What did you make of the conversation with Ronan Williams? Please hit us up and send us a voice note on 060-552-7303. Give us a call on 086-000-2160. It's football players today. Thabo Moleisane is another one that's coming on. Thabo. Thabo man, angithanda ukuthi mina nawe sibonana masifanele sikhulume radio. Grand. No, I'm good, man. Congratulations on an amazing season.
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I was just talking to Ronwin now, and in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, that's where the dream was, when it all started for you. Sundowns was where you were going to do all the things that you're doing now.
Yeah. No, that's true. No, I started at Sundowns, obviously hoping that being an in-house developed player, you end up playing in the first team. I did get opportunities to be there to get out their first team, but maybe God had other plans for me.
And I'm glad that's your outlook on it.
Can you hear you?
I'm saying I'm glad that that's your outlook on it, to say it was just not my time to be there. God had other things for me to go into.
Yeah, of course. I've always been a firm believer of like everything that comes to me or what is meant for me will always come at the right time for me. So I'm glad that it's actually happening now.
Well, congratulations, by the way.
No, thank you very much.
How did you hear the news?
I was coming from training. Our analyst Brendan Fourie called me to the office, and he just came running and hugged me like 3-4 times. I was quite speechless. I didn't know what was going on, because the first time he hugged me so many times. So I asked him what was going on, and he told me that I'd received a national team call-up, and I just immediately called my mom. I just couldn't hold the tears back, because some of these things you never think of. You're just working hard and hoping that, the hard work pays off, and here it is now.
Even with the work that you've put in this season at Stellenbosch, you weren't expecting that, or anticipating a little bit of a call, something with Bafana. It didn't cross your mind at all.
To be honest with you, Butandile, I just wanted to work hard. Obviously, I had a fairly disappointing season last season with Maritzburg. So for me, I just wanted to get back my confidence, play as well as I could, play consistently. That was very important for me. And honestly, I just had, obviously, Bafana has always been a dream, because I played at the Under-17 World Cup, so I was part of the national team setup. It's always there behind, in the back of your head. But like I said, I've always been a firm believer of, what is meant for me to come, and for me just to work hard, make sure that I reward the coaches with the opportunity that they give me, and I'm just glad that it's showing off now.
Well, congratulations. You have put in the work.
Thank you.
That Stellenbosch team has been nothing short of amazing. A little bit short of where Sundowns are at the moment, but you in your own right and what you guys are doing at Steadies has been great. What's been that one thing this season that's been different, that's buoyed you guys to even a competitive level where you are now fighting for that second spot with the London Pirates? What's been the difference?
I think for us, the most important thing is just, to play consistently well. That's always been the first thing that the coach will say to us, those guys. We just need to play as well as we know that we can, And in the beginning of the season, in one of my interviews, I did say, when I got here, I got a feeling that this is an environment that deserves a lot of trophies, an environment that deserves a lot of success. So now in my interviews, I did say that, with me being here, I'm here over 2 months, and I can already feel that there's something good that is brewing here. So I think for us, just the environment allows us to play well. The environment allows the success to come in-house. So we're just working hard, being there for one another, and I think it's just working. And obviously we're in the same age group, all of us, so it's not really difficult for us to relate to one another.
Yeah, it is a very young squad, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yes.
So, because mostly would say you need majority of senior players that can guide you guys, that can assist you guys and show you the ropes somewhat. Here's a bunch of youngsters just running riot with you guys.
I think for us, the nice thing is we have experience. We are young players that have a lot of experience. I think our average age is like 25, 26.
That's crazy.
And we are all capping over, I think, 50 appearances in professional football. So we're young players that are experienced, and I think it's helping us with how we play. It's showing in how we play. And I'm glad that, we're all picking at the right time, and we're collecting the points that we need, and obviously doing well in cup competitions as well.
I could use the league and the games that you've played against Sundowns to say the gap between you and them is this big, but that wouldn't be very football of me. So you've been on the field with them, you've watched them. how big a gap is there between you guys and Sundowns? And I'm saying you guys in particular because you're number 2, and you're fighting to keep that number 2. How big a gap is that when you're on the field with them, when you're watching them? Do you feel like there's a big gap? Do you feel like they're just that much better than you?
Honestly speaking, I think you can see when a team that participates in African competitions, there's a lot of things that after the semifinal that we learned from them. You can see the experience that they have. You can see with a lot of breakdowns in our football, that the type of, when we're a counter-attacking team, you can see with the breakdowns, they try to make a lot of tactical fouls, those type of things. So I think the gap, in terms of experience-wise, you can see there's a huge gap. They have a lot of national team players in their team, but I think footballing-wise, we are getting there. I don't think the gap is too much. We are not there at their level yet, but I think we're getting there.
That's interesting. No, thank you very much for that one. I appreciate it. But I wonder if you're going to be there to get there in the seasons to come, because there's been international knocks at your door, I hear.
I'd rather say anything about that.
If given the opportunity and the club willing, would you go?
I said I'd rather not say anything about that.
Okay. Okay, let me try maybe this one to say, are there leagues that you'd be more interested in than others? Like when you look at a league like European leagues versus American leagues, perhaps?
No, I think growing up as a young footballer, we hope that you get a chance to play in professional football. I've been given opportunities by Maritzburg and Stellenbosch to do that. And there are dreams of playing abroad. And like I say, I'm a believer of when things happen, it will happen. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, I know there's been knocks, and particularly from the MLS. So I wish you well if that's what you want for yourself. I'd love to see you play international football and grow. They say that the US is now a good bridge league to Europe. If that's what you want for yourself, I do wish that for you. But as far as Stellenbosch is concerned, you played, I think it's 25 matches in the league, but you've also played MTN, you've also played 4 in the Carling, 2 in the Nedbank, I think 3 in the MTN. That's a lot of games for you. And the coach coming out last week, when you guys were hitting a bit of a slump, to say the team and the boys are tired. Are you feeling tired?
Now, at the moment, we got a good days of off. So I think now we're rejuvenated and want to get back and to getting back to our best and making sure that we show up on Saturday. But
so you were feeling tired?
Now, I think obviously we are not used to a volume of games that we have played this season. And maybe it was kind of showing there and there. But yeah, I think the much needed rest were given to us by the team.
Because then you've got the African football, CAF competition, be it in the Champions League or the Confederations League next year, which only adds the games.
Yeah, fortunately enough, like I'm saying, that the volume of games this season, it's the first time that we are experiencing such a thing. So of course, with the volume of games that we probably are anticipating next season, we would have gotten some sort of taste of how it feels. So maybe it'll be on us as players, to maybe try and put in the work in terms of recovery as well. These type of things give us an opportunity to learn more and put more into the recovery as players, to maybe focus more on the recovery side, and maybe we're not gonna feel it as we might have felt it now.
You've got amazing young players. I mean, Icham Reyners has been brilliant for you guys, but you've got Titus as well that's been brilliant to you guys, and I can go on and on with the players that have really showed up this season in your team. Which one of your teammates do you think deserves to be nominated come the PSL Awards in June?
Oh, like you said, I can go across the board. Honestly speaking, I think Jaden Adams, Ikram Reyners, like you have mentioned, Devon has been fantastic. Pasadine Fawaz, Dino van Rooyen, Torres has also been fantastic. Our centre-back pairing, it's like we've been playing together for a long time. I can go abroad. Asian Ora, a lot of our players have been performing very well. But I think a lot of people can see with the goal that Iki scores. So I think for us, probably Iki is one of the most standouting performers in our team.
Are you guys talking about assisting him and helping him? Because he's chasing Tsegofatso Mabasa, obviously, who's on 15 goals. He's on 14. Are there those sorts of conversations to say, hey, if you are in a position where you can lay it off to him, let's have him score the goals?
I think for us, like I'm saying, we are a team that is we are together, and if we have to lift each other up, we have to put each other on a pedestal, we'll do that. It's just playing for the team first, and I think with the type of striker that Iki is, the half chance that you give him, he's probably going to make the most of it, So for us, it's just to create as many chances as we can, score as many goals as we can, and probably if we score 3-4, you're most likely to get Iki's name then. So for us, it would be great to get a player that will get us an individual accolade over the season, and the season ends,
There's a certain comfort, and whenever I spoke to Steve Barker, the coach, he mentions that Andile, it's a lot better because remember last season at some point, I think it was 9-11 games where they couldn't buy a win, Stellenbosch. Yeah. But he was so confident in the leadership and the management of Stellenbosch that he wasn't panicking. He knew that he needed to get back to the ground and start planning and plotting properly and rebuild. Also, you guys had lost some great players at the time. Yeah. What is the management style like outside of just the technical team and the coaches? Do you guys get to interact with ownership of the team? Do you get to interact with people in the high offices?
Nah. For us, it's just we don't get involved in higher office things. For the coach is there to do that for us. As players, just to focus on what we have to do, and that's literally all that we do.
Tabo, the call was more than anything just to say congratulations on the call-up. Well deserved. When we do the short list with the coach in a couple of weeks, I really do hope for your sake and that you're on there representing Bafana as you have represented South Africa in the lower levels. I wish you the very best, man. What a season you've had. And I wish to see your name when it comes to the PSL awards as well. I think defensively you deserve something, even if it's just a nomination. But thank you for talking to us and all the best.
Thank you very much, Putandila, for having me.
He's out of here. It's 18:56. Let's take a break.
The biggest commercial radio station in South Africa. We are going nowhere. We are here to stay. Let's go. We are here with you now and forever. Check it out. Oh, man. Metro FM. It's where you want to be. Sports Night Amplified with Andile on Metro FM.
From Soweto to the States, Sean now joins me on the line. Sean, I wanted to call you Patuchezu, but, I know you said when you use that name, you don't get any girls in the States.
Someone on Twitter was just asking me, it's like, it's Sean, even your real name. I'm like, guys, it's my real name.
How did it feel to be a superstar on campus? The man that anchors the 4x4 relay, the man that, is winning in the 100 and the 200 meters at all the meets, the Big 12, all of them. You're a South African boy, trained by Carl Lewis, growing up in the USA as the big boy on campus. Come on.
Definitely has its perks. People do favors for you and stuff. They'll let you, go in front of them in the line. They're like, we don't want you waiting, things like that. So, but overall,
listen to that.
6 to 7 p.m. Drop us a voice note on 060-552-7303. Waking up, I'm too turned up.
Yeah, in fact, I had to be the first to send this voice note vandaag. Owen Haniwarako breakfast show, best breakfast show in the morning. Are obatla wena for celebrity boxing match. I want to it's like a Caspail. Are obatla wena brawak and then Morena etaba Morena Mutupi taba sports commentator.
So I must fight Owen
Hani. So Kerko child and Pinchako Remonal Tabeso. Sapin Rustenberg brawaka.
Tapo me bra. I appreciate it. Sabi and your team. Listen, man. You're lightweights. You're lightweights, please. Don't even try it. I've got Xhosa blood me.
Hello everyone. No man, we don't need Leila Foster because Leila Foster betrayed South Africa. Leila Foster betrayed South Africa. No, we don't need him. We have Makopadoski there. We have Makopadoski. Fujo Bros left Mavasa. Why? Okay, thanks.
Sharp. Good point, Dad.
Good evening, team.
Hey.
What happened to our junior boxers? Not even a single one going to the Olympics. What happened to boxing in South Africa? Sisia.
Well, Sisia, listen, the announcement that was made today is the first trench of the athletes. I think it was about 30-something. There's going to be 120 all in all. So they're still going to give a nod to a lot more. There's going to be, I mean, we spoke to Sean Maswangani yesterday. He wasn't part of this announcement, but he's qualified. So there's still announcements to be made. Play one more.
Andile, Robin is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, my brother. Whether we like it or not. In Africa is number 1. In the world, he can compete. Libo Noah, whoever goalkeepers out there, the goalkeeper like Argentina, he can compete with them. He's one of the best. Jimmy Maga, the busy of Motsepe, is numero uno that goalkeeper. Thank you, Andile.
Thank you, I appreciate it. 18:59, we've got to get out of here. His games I'm chasing at home, and I need to figure out what I'm having for dinner.
You're trying to figure out what you're having for dinner?
Yeah, that's a struggle when you're single and live alone, and you finish late, so I can't get home and start pots and cook. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like I'm tired. It's late. So every night I drive and I'm like, what am I going to have for dinner?
No, you're supposed to get dinner before. Or better yet, you were supposed to call me and say, can you please make me something for dinner?
Can you cook?
Are you kidding me? There are a few things that I've gotten eager about. Few things. But when it comes to cooking, I do have a little bit of one. I can cook well enough that you will not want to eat anywhere else.
Are you, as a woman, are you like as a girlfriend, as a partner?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say you're a traditionalist? Like you're all...
Yeah.
Are you?
I am. No, as a partner, look, you know this. I've got a strong personality, right? As somebody who does this for a job, and all the other things that I'm involved with in business and the like. But when it comes to partnership, I do believe in more traditional roles. So I do love to cook, and maybe it's just the way that I was raised. So I do love to cook. I do love to spoil you. I do love to be a nurturer. My natural instinct is to nurture. So I'm probably more of a nurturer. But that does not mean that I want to exhaust myself. Do not expect it from me every single day, because I don't think I will match up to that. I won't make you a 3-course meal every single day or cook like that every single day. But if you say, baby, I really am craving whatever it is, that stew of yours, baby will get up and make sure that the baby gets stew.
What does it mean to you to be submissive then?
Oh, that's a very good question, actually. What does it mean to be submissive? I think to trust in your ability as the head of our home to lead us, and not lead us in a way that is going to jeopardize my safety. So for me, it's trusting in your leadership, trusting that you've got us. But again, I cannot submit to you. And let me be very clear on this. I can't submit to you unless you are a good leader and you have demonstrated your ability to be a good leader. If you're going to be somebody who's going to cheat on me, who's going to be abusive, who's more interested in liking girls on Instagram, who's going to be running around with 12-year-olds. No. But what I'm saying is that in an immature way, right? If you're pursuing them,
fire emoji.
No, if you're going to be sending people fire emoji, that means that you're not ready to be my partner. That means that you're ready to be everybody else's boyfriend.
Fire emoji.
Wabo? So I don't want that. So because what's going to happen? It's going to be Faith's boyfriend is doing this, or Faith's partner is doing this, and they're going to say Andile is doing it. It's going to be Faith's partner is doing this. So to protect me from Faith's partners doing this, if you're still putting fire emojis on a bunch of girls' page, you're not ready to be my man.
The fruit.
No, or like the peach. The peach.
I get it shy.
Stay away from me if you've got the peach. But that's exactly. But that means that you're not ready to lead, and if you're not ready to lead, I'm not ready to submit, or I refuse to submit. But if you're ready to lead, I will 100% submit. Does that mean that
never again?
You're done with the peaches?
Forget the
fire.
No
girl is receiving a fire emoji from you.
No more fires.
And no more peaches.
No more peaches. It's done. What do you have going on the show?
Lots in store for us this evening. You would have seen that earlier this afternoon, President Cyril Ramaphosa signed into act the National Health Insurance Act. It is no longer a bill, but it's an act. Remember the conversation we had here yesterday regarding exactly how does it find expression when it comes to the implementation in the healthcare sector. Today we're going to continue with it, because we've also got Business Unity South Africa saying in its current form it doesn't work. And we've heard different doctors as well. And again, I think that people need to be clear about this. We're not questioning whether or not we need good quality medical care for all South Africans. What we're questioning is how does good quality medical care express itself in the current status of our economy, as well as the way in which the Department of Health is being run. We'll get into that with our guest this evening from Busa. We also, I don't know how many of you have received phone calls from political parties. Hi, will you be voting for?
Hi,
Exactly.
this is so. It's I'm like, what?
Exactly. Well, the Information Regulator of South Africa has published a new guidance note on how political parties and independent candidates can use the personal information for voters. In other words, the calls that you keep getting, there are rights and there's certain jurisdictions they're not allowed to cross. We're going to be speaking to the chairperson of the Information Regulator, Advocate Pansitla Kula, regarding this very same matter. We're also going to be looking after 8 o'clock, which is one of my favorite subjects. It is a Business Wednesday.
Nagale after 8, Joe, what are we doing?
We're going to be looking at the generation of black industrialists who are there to build the country and the capital investment that actually goes into ensuring that black industrialists have got capacity to actually build. The problem is that what we find is that black industrialists are taking the back end. A lot of the contracts are being awarded to white-owned companies, which are usually the bigger companies who've been in existence since before 1994. And then what ends up happening is that the BEE deals and the black companies are usually subcontracted. So how do we move from being subcontracted to be the ones who actually get the contract, the main contractors, and the ones that get trusted with the infrastructure, the building really of this nation? Where do black industrialists fit in the whole economy?
She's on between now and 9 o'clock. Before then, the man with the jams comes on. I got to get out of here. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. Yeah, let's talk tomorrow. Remember, we promised Rodney Ramagalela that we'd give him the full hour after what happened last week. So tomorrow is that full hour. For myself, Andy Lingube. Timmy, well done, boy. Pella. And so, me.
Let's come together to celebrate the beauty and unity of our continent on Metro FM.